Hey people, Jess here. It's been a hot minute, and I have that to blame on a lot of things, but the long and short of it is I've been more busy than I expected, and I've also been working on other stuff, because burnout is fun. Anyways, so, regardless of that fact, I'm going to be showing off a bunch of random shit this episode. This one's going to be pretty short, but hey. So first off, this thingamajig, and these. So, if you can't tell, I was obsessed with Voices of the Void for like a weekend, and made this. And then was obsessed for long enough to finish making it. So, anyways, we have this big old fancy terminal thing, which I would have with 3D UI, but 3D UI is currently so fucking broken, it's not even funny, honestly. It's actually extremely annoying. Anyways, so this terminal is going to be present in, or is present in every single ship, and is also present in the space station. You can use it to analyze terrain stuff that you captured. So this is part of a new kind of gameplay loop type of thing that I'm trying to add, because at the moment there's literally nothing to do in the game. You just fucking fly around, find resources, and try not to run out of fuel. Lol. So this is my attempt to add a little something more to do in the game. And that starts with this thing. It starts with one thing. I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard I try. Anyways, so this is the terrain scanner, or the terrain sampler. It's a souped-up vacuum. So basically, you point at any planet, it'll go from saying invalid to valid. Ignore this very small dungeon. You hold down left-click, and you hopefully don't crash this time. You get a shitty particle effect and no sound effects, because the website I use to get SFX is down right now. I love that. And I can't record a vacuum because it's like 12 o'clock right now. Anyways, so once you vacuum a sample from the planet with a terrain data cartridge in your inventory, you'll get this terrain data cartridge full, which is a storage device that contains planetary data. So this will hold stuff related to the soil sample you picked up, some other crap. No, it does not contain dirt. We're not putting the dirt in the SD card, although that would be really funny. Oh yeah, I completely forgot. Things have impact effects now. I completely forgot to write that down. Okay, well, that's a thing. This one doesn't really make sense because it looks kind of plastic, but if I throw out this thing, which is in a metal container, and yes, this does mean you can have those goofy-ass source engine moments where something's stuck in something and goes... It's really funny. Anyways, so we take this terrain data cartridge, we, from downtown that shit, right into the slot, and let's go with hit read sample. You can see it is, that sample can indeed read. And once it's read, this thing will populate with a bunch of random fucking data, flavor text, and just lore and shit. So if you're interested in lore and other stuff, like you're a turbo nerd like me, then this is probably going to be really nice for you. Now, one thing you can also do with this, but I'm not in the right scene to do it, is you can sell these with the data on them to the trader for a bunch of fucking money. So yeah, now that we have this up here, we don't actually need to hit read for any of the next things I'm going to show you, but here. So I'm going to first hit save sample, and this is going to save very slowly, very fancy laggy loading bar, and as you see we have 15 blocks left because I have a weird nostalgia thing for old consoles, despite the fact that I literally never played on any of them. Anyways, so now we have saved that to this thing's internal storage, and I'm going to hit erase cartridge. And so to give you a confirmation message, you gotta hit erase cartridge to continue, or save sample to cancel. So I'm gonna hit erase cartridge, it's gonna erase that. And then I can pull this out, and now it's empty, and I can use it again. So back to the terminal, we can now hit load save blocks. And after a short delay, it will load all the blocks that we have saved to the device. And there's only one saved right now, but if there was another, I can hit next block, and it'll load the next block, obviously. There seems to be... Oh, okay. That's interesting. Whatever. So yeah, that'll do. That's how... Yeah, English. Anyways, I'm gonna turn this back off, give this guy a little whoop, and let's see. Oh yeah, I also, if you've been paying attention on the Discord, you may have seen this silly little guy, this funny little goober. This was very important for me to add. It was critical for the next release of the game, as we all know. This is, if I hadn't added this, I'm pretty sure the world would have collapsed or something. So anyways, so you can throw him around, you can drop kick him, yeet him into the endless void of space, like, you know, normal stuff you would do. Oh yeah, another random thing, now you can right-click to drop items instead of throwing them, so, you know, that's kind of nice too. But yeah, so we have this silly little goober, and yeah, that's about it. Although I have one more thing, but if I switch this tab, I'm going to instantaneously lose all of my subscribers, so I'm just gonna... Anyways. So, this is the notepad, which is just gonna be a little thing where you can write shit down. Right. Oops. Shit here. Oh no, I'm still jumping. That's not supposed to. Oh no! Okay, well then, high quality stuff, but at least it scrolls. Anyways, I have some bugs to fix there. Apparently, input obscure does not apply to jumping. Lovely jubbly. Anyways, so yeah, this will save across sessions, so if you've got any, like, fucking stuff like, tips for yourself, or later, or maybe in this update, I'm not sure, probably not. Later, there's going to be codes you're going to have to write down and stuff, so we're going to use that just generally to be able to just, I don't know, I felt like it would be something cool to add. Anyways, leaving this and going to the main menu real quick, I'm going to show off a small little adjustment I've made to the core loading system of the game. First off, I've really significantly improved the menu, so it's way less janky now. But primarily, as you can see, we have this fancy shit. If we hit start game, we now have this loading bar and this silly little goober who spins, and I love him with every fiber of my being. So, a couple things to note here: the loading times have improved generally about like 2 to 3 seconds on some devices, and 0 seconds on this one. But that's because it's uncompiled and interpreted and fucking. Blah, 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 blah. But yeah, so that's what you need to know. Another random thing, the fuel tanks, when you throw them into here, will now fill up both your MTS and your LENR tanks, because now the MTS actually consumes fuel. That's crazy, I know. And, yeah, that's about it for the Endless Abyss. For other things, though, other stuff I've been working on that you might see from me soon. So I've been working on a few tools for myself to make doing this whole garbage fire a little easier. So, I'll be releasing those, probably open source on GitHub sometime soon. It depends on whether or not I can actually finish them. Knowing me, pretty unlikely, but that might be something to look forward to. Another thing that I spent, like, a whole fucking... God knows, a whole day working on was particle effects. This is something I was working on in a separate workspace, but I was following some tutorial by some guy that I can't remember. So there probably will be a particle effects pass in the next update, so yeah, that might happen, you know. What gets added depends on what I'm interested in. Oh god, the lag. Oh god, the lag. I love random lag spikes, it's so fun. Anyways, one last thing before I go. You might be able, I think you could probably tell, but as you can see, it's really hard to read the text on the buttons from here. This was not a problem earlier because of the stupidly high DPI, which I turned off for performance reasons and compatibility reasons, but at this point it's really hard to read. So if I can get an idea from y'all who have played the game how difficult it is to read in the old release, if you could tell me that in the comments or in the Discord or something, that'd be great, so I can get an idea of how I can potentially fix that and just generally tweak all this shit. So yeah, that's everything for today. I'll see you guys later, I guess, and the update will hopefully be out soon. I'm literally on the last finishing touches. If you want to keep up to date on development progress, you can check out the Trello for, like, hourly updates, depending on when I'm working on it. So, yeah, that's about it. I will see you all later. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, join the Discord, have a great day. Goodbye.